Hello and welcome again to 3-Minute Theology. These videos are intended to provide a brief and basic introduction to theological issues important but often misunderstood or underthought in the Christian life. Tuesdays are for teaching, and the historic teaching tool of the church is a catechism. A catechism is a series of questions and answers, usually a single sentence, although some of the sentences are rather long. They seek to ask and answer the most important questions of the Christian faith, and have been written at various levels for people at different degrees of maturity. For most churches today, if anyone ever even thinks of catechisms at all, they are dismissed as irrelevant and ancient relics that put people's faith in the catechism rather than in the Word of God. That's nonsense. A catechism gives answers to important Christian questions. In that sense, it is no different than any Bible study or sermon, any teaching material. Yes, we shouldn't believe something just because the catechism says, but we also shouldn't believe something just because Lifeway says, or my Sunday school teacher says, or the preacher says. Everything must be weighed against the Word of God. And catechisms provide scriptural proofs. For any catechism worth using, every answer will be accompanied by verse references to show how the authors arrived at their answer. You can and should turn to the reference, read the verse in context, and reach the same answer as what is provided. We won't agree with every answer in every catechism, but the same potential problem arrives using any curriculum produced by any denomination with which you are not in 100% agreement. There's no disadvantage that catechisms have that are not shared by any teaching material. But catechisms also have unique strength. Many faithful catechisms have endured for hundreds of years. They're not easy answers to popular concerns, useful for the moment, but soon fading into irrelevance. The best catechisms deal with essential questions of life and faith and provide timeless scriptural answers. 400-year-old catechisms are more relevant today than 40-year-old or even 4-year-old Sunday school curriculum. Catechisms are also much more memorable than modern curriculums. The answers were written to be brief, precise, and memorable. It is easy to memorize both the questions and the answers to the catechism questions. And once it has been considered and memorized, you are now armed with biblical answers to so many of life's questions and challenges to the faith. And catechisms are perfectly suited for teaching at home and in the church. There's so much more that could be said about catechisms. The best source to find more is Dr. Tom Nettles' book, Teaching Truths, Training Hearts. In it, Dr. Nettles both describes the historical and biblical foundations for using catechisms and describes and displays multiple catechisms useful to the church today. Even if you have no interest in ever using a catechism, I urge you at least read the first question of the Heidelberg Catechism and the Westminster Shorter Catechism. They will be a blessing to your soul. But as a Baptist, in the weeks ahead, I hope to work through the Baptist Catechism presented by the Charleston Association in 1813. I hope you'll join us. Until next time, keep on and God bless.